My name is Elissa Miller. I'm an assistant director here at the Atlantic Council in the Rafik Hariri Center for the Middle East.
My name is Karim Mezran. I'm a senior fellow at the Rafik Hariri Center for the Middle East. In particular, I deal with the countries of North Africa.
So this month, Karim and I published an issue brief titled Libya, From Intervention to Proxy War, in which we examine the regional and international actors that are involved in Libya's conflict and how they're pushing the conflict forward. So today we want to talk about three major areas of external interest in Libya.
The first one is formed by the states of the Gulf, in particular Qatar, who has since 2011 sided with the Islamists, is confronted now by the United Arab Emirates and their allies Saudi Arabia, which have traditionally sided with the more secularist and liberal forces in Libya. In particular, after 2014, the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia have sided with the strongman General Khalifa Haftar in his attempt to rid Libya of all the Islamists.
The second area of interest we want to talk about is Russia. So Russia has formally expressed support for the UN-backed government in Tripoli that was established by the Libyan political agreement in late 2015. And Khalifa Haftar, who Karim mentioned, has worked to curry favor with Moscow and to some extent has gained some success in that. But it's important to note, as we do in the issue brief, that Russia has interests in Libya that go beyond possibly establishing a naval base in the central Mediterranean. And in fact, Russia's interests in Libya lie in frustrating Western interests in the country, the same Western interests that are challenging Russia on its eastern front and elsewhere in the Middle East, such as in Syria.
Finally, we have the European actors that theoretically they are all united under the European Union flag and should support the efforts of the United Nations-led negotiations. But in reality, each one of them has a different interest. Like France and England, while formally supporting the government of Fayez Sarraj, in reality they also support General Khalifa Haftar in the east, and in trying to build support for their own sphere of interest. Opposing to them, there is the role that the Italians are playing. Italy has traditionally more stronger ties with Tripoli and the western part of the country. All of this leads to the de facto unbalancing of the interests of these countries and the undermining the efforts of the United Nations-led negotiations and of the government of Fayez Sarraj.
So this competing web of regional and international interests, we argue in our issue brief, makes a leadership role for the U.S. imperative in Libya. The interest of the U.S. and the U.S.'s allies in the region make it so that Libya really should be elevated to a priority in terms of U.S. Foreign policy and national security. As for the reason that the U.S. is the only country that can bring all the different parties together that are involved in Libya using both sticks and carrots, bring the proxy actors as well as these different regional and international interests to the table in good faith to negotiate a settlement.